What's up, everybody? Hashron here, with a different kind of video I've never made before. Today I wanted to talk about what happened to gaming. And this is going to be largely unedited. It's going to be more about me kind of giving my thoughts about what's happening in the world currently. As far as gaming is concerned, I remember growing up and playing games with friends. We'd sit on a couch, we'd pass the controller back and forth, whenever we died or died twice or three times, whatever the rule was. And we'd just be playing games. We wouldn't really know what we were doing. We were kids. We're just kind of just exploring the games. There was no real end game. There was no, how are we going to get this? Or we need to do X, Y, Z so that we can do 1, 2, 3. It was just playing for fun. And then even growing up in the future, I was in high school. I remember playing games with friends, playing like PUBG, and just having just fun moments in the game. But none of the fun moments that I can ever remember involved winning something or being high rank in something. It was just good, clean fun. Jumping into today, the reason I'm making this video is I've found myself, and I don't think this is just me, but if it's just me, then it is what it is, I guess, but just kind of min-maxing the fun out of games. Just kind of min-maxing everything. I think the best example was recently I was playing World of Warcraft, which is very fun, but it's a very old game, and the community in that game has just become like extremely optimized, I guess you could say, to put it in a nice way, where you have to be running like everything at a meta level to be considered even a decent player, not even a great player. And I just think back to, when I was a kid, people that were min-maxing everything were hardcore. Like, those were hardcore gamers. But nowadays, it seems like that's the norm, and then if you're not doing that, then you're terrible. And maybe this is just my perception. Maybe this isn't actually the way, everything is. But the more I looked at other games I played, the more I realized that even if I wasn't playing a multiplayer game with a community that kind of expected the game to be optimized, that I was looking up guides, looking up, what are the best items for this, what are the best items for that. And I just had a realization that, I'm playing these games just to optimize them. And if I'm just looking up ways to do that, and I'm not actually experiencing or figuring it out myself, what am I even playing for at that point? Like, at what point does the entertainment deviate from entertainment and turn into just a time filler? Because if I'm looking up a guide telling me exactly how to do something, is it even me playing the game? And, there's definitely arguments for, if you're an achievement hunter and you're getting like a really hard achievement and you've tried and you don't understand how it's even possible, or like you're looking for something forever and you haven't found it. Like, I'm not saying all guides are bad, and if you optimize games at all, you're bad. All I'm saying is I think too much of anything can be a bad thing. And I think gaming has gotten too optimized. And again, maybe it's just me, but I can't help but feel that there's no way I'm the only person dealing with this. And I got to thinking, why is this? Why am I optimizing everything? Why am I not just sitting down and enjoying the game? Like, what happened? You know, what happened between the time sitting on the couch with friends, passing around a controller, to me sitting alone in front of a screen, just mindlessly repeating the same task over and over and over because it's optimized. Like, what happened? And, you know, the easy answer is, oh, I've grown up, you know, I've gotten older. Or, you know, people have always said, oh, streaming and stuff has like ruined games because it just made it all hyper competitive. And, you know, I think, you know, both of those could be answers. You know, they could definitely be reasons. But I guess kind of going off of the streaming thing, more to like a social media thing. Or I guess not just streaming. Everything just seems competitive these days. Like not just gaming. So, you know, I don't think just streamers are to blame. But like even in real life, everything just seems competitive, you know? Like you want to have a good job, you know? So you can have a nice car, so you can have nice, you know, the newest phone, so people can think you're successful. And I don't think that is something that is new. I think that's existed in the world since the existence of time, probably. But I think that that's come into gaming. I think is what it is, because if you think about it, gaming, like video games, are still relatively new. Like as far as the world goes, it's like what we can put games starting around 2000, right? So we're 26 years, which, you know, could sound like a long time, but in the grand scope of things, I feel like 26 years isn't that long of a time. And I think that 26 years has been enough time for real world. Politics isn't the right word. I don't know what the right word is, but like actions and like people's mannerisms for things outside of video gaming has gotten its way into video gaming, especially as it's just got more popular. You know, it used to be more of a niche thing, and now it's more of a widespread thing. I feel like maybe not half of everyone plays video games, but I would say at least a quarter. I would say 1 in 4. I bet 1 in 4 people play video games. I could see that number. You know, maybe that's still a little large. But I guess, you know, even if it's games on your phone, you know, I feel like everything's just become more competitive and more commercialized, and it just kind of makes everything just so much more exhausting. I've had to kind of give myself a reset and really just kind of think about why I'm playing games and games I've been playing. Do I even actually like playing them? Like, why am I playing this game? What drew me to play this game in the first place? And then why am I not doing those things? You know, and I'm not saying that all optimization is bad. I'm not saying don't look up guides. Like I still do, you know, all those things. You know, there's plenty of games. Like if I play Diablo or Last Epoch or PoE, you know, I'm just not like a theory crafter, a build craft kind of guy. You know, I'd rather look up a guide for that. But in other aspects of the game, you know, you don't need to have like the meta weapon, you know, in order to have fun, I guess is the whole point of this video. The reason I'm making this video is I'm hoping that this reaches at least one other person who feels similar to the way I do. And I don't know, maybe let this be your push to just start playing games for fun again, man. Like, gaming used to be so fun. We used to have so much fun. Like, let's get back to that. You know, let's get back to making memories of fun moments playing games. No more of this just doing the same task mindlessly over and over and over for quote unquote optimizing. But anyways, I think that's it. If you were that guy that this video reached who needed to hear this, please hit the like button. If this wasn't the person who this was supposed to reach out, what are you doing? What are you doing? It's been like 10 minutes. What are you doing here? I mean, you've already been here 10 minutes, so you might as well like the video. But anyways, that's all, guys. Have a good one. Peace.